These wretched creatures, these flayed corpses, wandering, decrepit, soulless vessels, content only to gnaw on human meat, to spill human blood, even headless. Their hate for the living grew in propensity, flailing maniacally in their bloodlust, killing anything close. Rotted from within, worried apart by the ravening fish and parasitic fetor of their sunken graves, these drowned zombies emerged, spilling their festering entrails and slopping fluids with each pain-ridden step, each step hoping to bring an end to their pain by spreading it to others. They are amongst us. I knew they would come after me, for I knew their devices, their depraved methods, creatures wearing human skins as we wear clothes to cover their hideousness from our eyes, so they might consort insidiously with our species, infiltrating, manipulating, playing us against each other. Damn our eyes! We are blind to them, but I knew. Oh, yes, I knew. I knew they were there, plotting behind that door. One has to be careful. One must separate their heads from their bodies. And, yes, fire is the key to purge their souls from this earth, sending them whimpering to their masters in the beyond! They are so close, their stench fills the air. You can smell them, I tell you, somewhere between the spice of vanilla and the bitter sweetness of pustulant rot. Those creatures inhabit the bodies of men and women, exorcising the human soul and replacing it with their own putrid spirits. But they couldn't fool me. No, not at all. I could smell them, you see. They were all around me. Dear God, all around. I knew what I had to do. They had to go. By blade and bullet, I had to get rid of them. Don't you understand? Dear God, I had to do it. Had to. You believe me, don't you? Don't you? Oh, the horror. The horror. A behemoth of hatred incarnate. What manner of creature is that? A ton of flesh and sinew, wielding muscles thick as ropes strung onto claws that could crush stone and sever metal as though it were threshed wheat. Crushing, cutting, the walls shook with each step it took. Oh, the horror! An abomination. Its physiology remarkably abstract. No real organs or anything. It shouldn't work, but it did. And the mouths, those gnashing scythes of teeth. I tell you, it existed only to eat, to consume, to gnaw, to bite, to devour. They have no eyes, but they can see, I tell you. No eyes. No eyes at all, but you can feel it looking at you. It stares through you like looking through empty air, and you can feel it raking your innards with their touch. The shiver of their senses combing your bowels through empty space. Oh, horribleness! They came from the darkness. Chittering, spider-like parasites infesting the city Enga. They killed the city's inhabitants, using them for food, for slaves, for play. In the city's last dark, doomed days, blood filled the waterways, drained upon the streets, a proud, mighty race, now nothing but bloody goblets of meat in the gutters. So it has been for eons. The Guardians, those eternal parasites, still swarm in that necropolis, feeding on those that live in ignorance many miles above us. Damn you, listen to me! They feed on us! The darkness comes. It will consume us all. We must fight them, or all is lost. Deep in those ancient caverns, a great city was lost. Long before we humans, long before. The proud city of Xel'lotath, decadent and trusting, and it was their downfall. When the darkness came, and the Guardians slaughtered them, their existence was but a dying echo, shrieking from violated mouths, resounding within their homes, their tombs. If you stand alone in one of those halls, quietly, ever so quietly, you can hear the cries of the people of Xel'lotath, rent apart by the unseen claws of the Guardians. Their echoes still linger, as do their souls.
And so it comes to pass. Of the three ancients, there is nothing. The mighty Chattur'gha has obliterated the insanity of Xel'lotath. The madness of Xel'lotath has overcome the power of Ulyaoth. The boundless Ulyaoth has decimated the power of Chattur'gha. All at once, separate and simultaneous. For the universe is made of many time streams, many possibilities, all in harmonious synchronicity. Only Mantarok remains, slowly dying. Mantarok, keeper, overseer, warden of ancients, chaos, an entity trapped between the veils of reality and the enchanted stakes that impale its flesh. Unable to rally its guardians, it could rely only on its subtle manipulations of the Roivas family to destroy its enemies. Knowing the nature of the ancients, it used its pawns to play them against each other, resulting in their mutual annihilation. Now it will languish forever, festering in its tomb, plotting